All right, it says we're live. We got a lot to talk about. The Rangers just clinched their berth in the World Series, like I've been talking about for more than 2 months now. If you hear any noise in the background, that's just the radio. I have the post game show on right now for the Rangers game. I want to take you back to when did this video come out? August 7th. So that was 2.5 months ago. And here's where I kind of first made the connection that the Rangers were likely going to be in the World Series. These games, which really makes it sickening. It seems like they are also tying in elements from this year's MLB season, which isn't a surprise as the two sports are closely related. Speaking of which, most of the MLC games this year were held in Grand Prairie, which is just down the road from Arlington, where the Texas Rangers play. This is the Rangers' 52nd season in Texas, and Texas Rangers equals 52, just like MI New York, and 74, just like Nicholas Puron. This is also the Rangers' 63rd season overall, and remember I stated at the beginning of the video that Major League equals 63 and the season began on 63 date numerology. The championship game was on a date with 44 numerology, and Rangers equals 44. You can expect the World Series to end on either October 31st or November 1st. October 31st is 93 days after the MLC championship game, and November 1st is 13 weeks and 3 days later, and MI New York equals 133. This date is of course written 11/1, and I've already touched on the importance of 111 multiple times in this video. Have we identified a World Series winner and a potential end date for the World Series? We shall wait and well, we haven't necessarily identified the winner yet, but we have identified one of the participants. I did kind of whiff on the National League, but I want to take you back to where I talk about the first game of the Major League Cricket season. World. The league started on July 13th, 2023 in Grand Prairie, Texas. This was a date with 63 numerology and Major League equals 63. The Texas Super Kings won by 69 runs, and Texas equals 69, just like cricket. The championship was eventually won by MI New York. Okay. Let's see, do I have this up here? Well, let me change the date here. All right, where was I? No, not that tab. This tab. First game. They won by 69 runs. Today, they clinched the trip to the World Series on the day leaving 69 days left in the year. Again, they won 181 to 112. Who did the Rangers beat? They beat Houston 112. Cricket 69, Texas 69. And then in regards to the championship game, let me talk about that here. New York on July 30th. This was the 211th day of the year, which is the 47th prime number. And MI New York equals 47. They beat Seattle, a city on the 47th parallel. The player of the match was Nicholas Puron. Okay, hold on a sec. So 183 to 184. You see that there? 183 to 184. Just to show you, 183 plus 184 is 367. Is 367 prime? Yes, it is the 73rd prime. So keep that in mind for a second. And what I'm about to show you, to me, is proof that these games and championships are scripted decades in advance. Let's go back to the 2001 MLB season. So for those of you who don't know, the season was supposed to end on Sunday, September 30th, but because 9/11 happened a couple weeks earlier, all the games that were that week, as you can see, there's a 8-day gap there. All the games that were that week were postponed until the end of the season, as shown here. So again, it was supposed to end on 9:30. Instead, it ended on 10/7. The Rangers concluded the season by getting their 73rd win of the season in Seattle. Here, you have a combined 367 runs, 73rd prime, involving the team from Seattle, and this was the 2001 MLB season in which the Mariners ended up losing to the Yankees in the ALCS. Again, that was right after 9/11. And this was on 10/7. Where's my losing track of my tabs? That was the same day that the US began their invasion of Afghanistan right after 9/11. And if you watched my previous video, let me go to my live tab here. Let me go to this. I have to skip forward. Here we go. Wins for the season. 93, a huge number in Israel and in religion. God's Son, Nazareth, crucifix, all equal 93. They said that Jesus was crucified at 9 a.m. and then officially died around 3 p.m. And again, this was on the same day as the anniversary of the invasion of Afghanistan and just hours after Israel was attacked. So there you go. There's the relationship between 93 and 107. 93, God's Son, Nazareth crucifix, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. The sun is said to be 93 million miles away. The attack on Afghanistan, 10/7. The Israel-Hamas war that's going on right now, also on 10/7. And you're going to go 9:30, which is get rid of the 0, that's 9/3, 10/7. 73rd win of the season. Now I haven't talked about 73 yet. Let me do that. 73, we've got Theodor Herzl, the founder of Zionism. And Theodor Herzl was born on 5/2 and died on 7/3 at the age of 44. Right now, let me just... It's the Rangers' 52nd season in Arlington. So 52. Died on 7/3. We have all the 73s here and here. And what age did he die at? I can't even find my tabs anymore. He died at the age of 44. And just so you, Rangers 44. Again. Oh, sorry. 52nd season. He's born on 5/2. Dead at age 54 on 7/3. And just a couple other 73s. So we had Theodor Herzl, 73. Gaza, 73. David Ben-Gurion, the first Prime Minister of Israel. His name is also 73. I believe the Yom Kippur War was, yep, the Yom Kippur War was in 1973. And just to show you the, pull up, let's go to M cubed. Texas Rangers against Houston Astros. With their win today, they became 7-3 in Houston for the season. And just to connect it all back, from the first day of the Major League Cricket season to today, it was 102 days. Now, what is 102? Let me just search 9/11 102 minutes. The 9/11 attack lasted 102 minutes. It started at 8:46 and finished at, I can't do math right now, but I'm assuming that's the time that until the the North Tower fell, I would think. Anyways, you get the point. 102 is this big number. Art of War, 102, right there. Art of War also 114, like the final score tonight. And who was our president at the time? Let's see, do I have his? It was George W. Bush. So he was born on 7/6. From his birthday until today, it's 3 months and 17 days. Texas is 66, and 317 is the 66th prime number. The current governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, he is about to turn 66. His birthday is November 13th. November 13th is the 317th day of the year. And remember, Greg Abbott, if we look back at, he was the Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of Texas under George Bush, right before George Bush became president. Yeah, wait, I think that's right. Yeah, and look at that. He remained in office until 6/6 2001. How many days before 9/11 was that? That was 30 plus 31 plus 62, 67. It was a span of 68. Was it really a span of 68 days before 9/11? If it was, that's interesting. Hold on. I'm getting a little sidetracked here, but this is. Oh, I can't do math. I was thinking it was only 2 months. It's 3 months. Well, that's interesting. 3 months, 5 days, like Catholic. Okay, I want to move on. Let's go to the Abbott. Speaking of Greg Abbott, we had the Allen shooting not far from Arlington on May 6th, 5/6. Now, this was, if we go back here, 5/6/2023 to, no, to today. Oh, wait, no, I didn't want to actually, no, sorry, I did not want to do it to today. I wanted to do it to the start of the World Series. 175 days. City of Allen 175. And that was also 175 days, or a span of 175 days after Greg Abbott's birthday. And they called it a Texas Mall 107, Texas Mall 107, just like Rangers 107. Also, Allen 44, like Rangers 44, like we just talked about with Theodore Herzl dying at age 44. What else is there? Oh, one more thing that I was just talking about 73. So let's go to, I can remember which game it is. This game right here between the Rangers and the Angels on August 15th. The Rangers won this game 7-3, exactly 73 days before the start of the World Series. And that game had 66 date numerology like Texas, and 30 like Texas as well. And then the Rangers also had another game, and it was their 72nd win of the season. In the ALCS, there are 72 combined runs, Jesuit order. There was another game here right here. So as I said earlier, it's the Rangers. Well, actually, I don't know if I did say it earlier, but there it goes. 63rd season overall, because they started out as the second incarnation of the Washington Senators. This game right here against the Blue Jays, the day after 9/11, they won 6-3. That was 6 weeks and 3 days before the start of the World Series. This stuff is planned in advance, and they show it. And one other thing that I wanted to talk about, let's go back to my channel. Let's go to Domingo Germán's perfect game.
$69.
Hold on, I need to skip this ad.
This US Special Forces device turns men into beasts. It emulates 54,000.
First no-hitter in. Let's see if I can. Here it goes. 37 days before his birthday. Perfect equals 37. Perfect game equals 99. 7. Germán threw 99 pitches and. All right, 37 and 99. Where does that factor in? Rangers equals 30. Yeah, Rangers equals 37. Let's go to the Rangers schedule here. So they went 90 and 72 in the regular season. Now they're 9 and 3 in the postseason. What's 90 plus 9? Is it not 99? And also 9 and 3 in the postseason. That's very fitting. We were just talking about 93. And the first, well, okay, the World Series winner isn't set yet, but it is always the first no hitter is always a clue for the eventual World Series winner. Now the Rangers still need to win one more series, and maybe they won't do it, but this stands out. Now the other thing I want to do is look at the. Let's look at the 2010. Well, actually, one more thing. Bruce Bochy just got his 53rd playoff win all time, and I was talking about Adolis Garcia earlier today. Adolis Garcia, like you can't see his jersey number here. There it goes. Where's number 53? born on 3/2. That's Texas Independence Day. Houston equals 32. 32 sun rays on the Jesuit logo. From today until his upcoming birthday, 127 days. 127 is the 31st prime number. Houston's 31 and 32. I think he hit 2 home runs tonight? I can't remember, but it's no surprise that he's ALCS MVP. I actually did a stream at the beginning of the playoffs where I talked about it. Let's see if I can find 5 of the World Series. The 20. That's an Oriole only for National League live show. So that in mind. And let me. Sorry, I'm skipping forward here. Season. Where's this? Gotta find where I talk. The Cowboys. May 6th being there is turning 200 next week. Maybe it wasn't. I think. I guess in regards to 52. Where did I talk about him? Was it the beginning? Oh, it's back here. Okay, here we go. World Series, but that's not going to happen. If they do win the World Series, it'll be their 34th playoff win. But the 32 connection that I found with the Rangers is their player Adolis Garcia. He's born on 3/2. Again, that's Texas Independence Day is March 2nd. That's when they became independent from Mexico. I talked about that in my stream the other day. And he's currently 30 years old. And as I said, the Rangers have 21 playoff wins all time, which means if they get to the World Series, well, actually now they have 23 because they just beat the Rays twice. But so that means if they get to the World Series, they'll get to 30. 30 playoff wins all time. And Texas equals 30. Connecting back with the 52 stuff. So here we go. Adolis Garcia's birthday, March 2nd. From his last birthday until Game 1 of the World Series is 239 days later. Oh, sorry, that reminds me. The Allen shooting. The Allen shooting, that was on 5/6, May 6th. May 6th is the day leaving 239 days left in the year, which is the 52nd prime. And Game 5 of the World Series, which is scheduled to be November 1st, is... Let me see here. Hold on. Sorry. Looking at my notes. Until it's 17 weeks and 3 days before his upcoming birthday. And Rangers, oh, it's not Rangers, Texas Rangers, my bad, sorry. Texas Rangers is 173. World Series could end 17 weeks and 3 days before his upcoming birthday. It's also 4 months and 1 day, and that the World Series would end 4-1 if it ends on this day, assuming there's no rainouts. Game 5 this day. Let me pull up the Allen shooting, not far from where the Rangers play. It was on May 6th. From May 6th to Game 5 of the World Series is 179 days later. Again, the 41st prime. And Arlington, Texas, where the Rangers play, equals 179. Again, the first World Series that the Rangers played in. Okay, I got the idea across there. What else do I have to talk about? Oh, that's right, Ian Kinsler. So Ian Kinsler is Jewish, and he was the manager of the Let me scroll down here. He was the manager of the Israeli team at the World Baseball Classic. And I was just talking about 32. 32 was the huge number in the World Baseball Classic this year. Let's see. We talk about it here. Okay, they don't mention. Well, they mentioned that it was 3-2, but okay, I hear they. Okay, they say during the final at bat, a moment often described as storybook-like because it is. It is written just like a script beforehand. Ohtani struck out Mike Trout, renowned teammate of the Los Angeles Angels, to win the tournament for Japan. He threw a slider on a full count. That's a 3-2 count to win the game 3-2. And everything. Ohtani, 32. Trout, 32. Angels, the team that they play for, 32. Marlins, they're playing in the Marlins Stadium. That's 32. Also, Marlins equals 103. If the Rangers win the World Series, they'll get 103 wins on the season. Japan is known as the land of the rising sun. Let me just show you that. Japan, land of rising sun. Yes, Japan is known as the land of the rising sun. Can't remember if that equals anything in gematria, but again, 32 sun rays on the Jesuit logo. Let me just check here. Oh, that's right, in America, 32. That's right. So we had all these 32 here, all these 32s here with the World Baseball Classic. And now you've got Adolis Garcia, born on 3/2. And remember, the Angels and the Rangers did come into the league in the same year, 1961. It was, so 62 years ago, it's both their 63rd season. And they had that ritual by beating the Angels 7-3, 73 days before the start of the World Series. Okay, what else is there to talk about? Oh, the 2023 Little League World Series. So this ended on August 27th and is won by California. All right. So let's just do, let me just type out August 27th. August 27th is the 239th day of the year. And again, 239 is the 52nd prime. It's the Rangers' 52nd season in Arlington. California is 52. Is there anything? What was the? There was something about the final score. Oh, so it was 5-6. Was there? Can't remember. There may have been one more thing that I can't remember right now. But actually, I know Zach had an article. Let me just. I mean, just think about the Little League World Series. I remember when I was younger, when I used to watch the Little League World Series until I got older than the players, and I remember like it seemed like every game there was always some kid that was like, oh, he's this guy's son or this guy's nephew, this famous person's cousin, something like that. So no, I do not think this is the organic side. I think those players have connections even at 11, 12, 13 years old. I mean, think of the games are on ESPN. They're forcing you to watch it pretty much. So California 52. Is there anything else? Louis Lapp, does he? Well, there was something about 144 today that I can't remember what it was. Let me, 20, so, no, not 1027, I want to do 1023. There was something about, can't remember what it was. Was it the start of the, yes, all right, that's what it was. The start of the Major League Cricket season was on July 13th. That was 14 weeks and 4 days before the Rangers clinched their ticket to the World Series. Jesuit Order 144 and 72. I was talking about 72 earlier. There's 144. Okay, there's only a little bit left to cover, but we're almost there. As I was talking about in my live stream earlier today, this was the funeral. Well, I don't really want to call it the funeral, but the celebration of life for George H.W. Bush happened on December 3rd through 5th of 2018, shortly after he died. And if we do from December 5th, which was the day that he was flown from Washington, D.C. back to Texas. So from the anniversary of that until today, well, that's interesting. That's 46 weeks because we have president number 46 right now, but it was 322 days. And the start of the, one thing actually I wanted to, when the 2019 World Series, that was a span of 300. That was between Washington and Houston. And again, George H.W. Bush, who was flown after he died in Houston, he was flown to D.C., then flown back to Houston, just like the World Series that year went from Houston to Washington, back to Houston. That was also won by every road team, just like this ALCS was won. Every game was won by the road team. And that was a span of 322 days after the end of his celebration of life. And this year, here it is, sorry. This year, the World Series starts 3 months and 22 days after George Bush's birthday. And just to show you, Skull and Bones 322, which the Bush family was a part of. See if anyone's saying anything right now. Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks, MC Wave. Oh, actually, there is one more thing that I want to talk about. Shoot, I don't know if I can remember which live stream it was. Was it this one? Here we go. Yeah, so Zach commented on my live stream that I did back on August 4th. That's when I kind of first realized the Rangers had a chance. That this video came out on August 7th, but I think I had started writing the script for that a little bit earlier. So I think because for these videos, these videos kind of take time to make because I have to write the script, then record my voice, and edit the recording, then get all the screenshots and edit the video. It's not that easy as doing a live stream like this. So that's why that video came out a few days after this live stream. And oh, sorry, I'm not looking at the right one. It was this one. And here, Zach said, HW born on the day leaving 202 days left in the year, Skull and Bones 202. His son born on 7/6. And that's right, the Rangers versus Phillies game to start the year was 267 days after George W. Bush's 76th birthday, which was the same day that the Georgia Guidestones came down. After they were put up there on 3/22 back in 1980. And yeah, in this video, I talk about a lot of stuff that I just talked about. Like I go over that Domingo Germán video where I said 37, Rangers 37th season. But if we go, yeah, actually, this is something I want to talk about. Max Scherzer, because in the earlier this year, I thought that the Yankees were the most likely AL team to get there and probably most likely to win it as well. And then after the Major League Cricket's championship, I realized, okay, it's probably not going to be the Yankees. Like the Yankees were out of the playoff position at the time, but they weren't far out of the playoff position. And that I was like, okay, if they're going to have the New York team win Major League Cricket, they're not going to have the New York team win it in baseball as well. And that's when I realized the Rangers are probably the team in the American League. And I forget what I was going to talk about now, but that's right. So Rangers 37. Oh, that's right. I was talking about Max Scherzer. So let me just, because he was just traded from New York to the Rangers. Like I've been talking about New York for almost the whole year. But if we go back to the 2010 World Series. Okay, so Mac, let me just pull up his Wikipedia page. Max Scherzer. (2019), he started Game 1 of the 2019 World Series in Houston, and started Game 7 as well. Which so what's funny about game? Let me just pull up the 2019 World Series. The 2019 World Series. So Game 1, which was started by Scherzer, was on October 22nd. And that was I need to do until today. That was 4 years and 1 day ago. Like Skull and Bones, 41. And as I said here, he started Game 1 4 years and 1 day ago in the same ballpark, in the series where the road team won every game, just like what happened here. And did he start games? Yeah, he did start Game 7 as well, and he started Game 7 tonight. And what's funny is that let me go to Max Scherzer's. Well, oh shoot, they're probably not going to have it up. But okay, let me type in here. So Max Scherzer tonight pitched 2 2/3 innings. And there's something about his pitch count, which I'm going to pull up in a second. MLB.com, I like the ESPN one better. MLB.com changed the layout, and now I don't really like it anymore. But anyways, Max Scherzer, is it going to show us his pitch count? Because I saw this during the game, and that 44 pitches. Yeah, there it is. And then he had Montgomery with 32 pitches. I think Montgomery gets the win. Yeah, Montgomery, 32 pitches, gets the win in Houston, 32. We've just been talking about 32. Yeah, Max Scherzer, 44 pitches, 30 of which were strikes. Texas, 30. They get their 30th playoff win. And if I didn't mention it already, Rangers is 44. What else was there with Max? Okay, so yeah, anyways, 2 2/3 innings for Max Scherzer. Skull and crossbones. That's what the Skull and Bones logo shows. 223. And this was also, so we're talking about George W. Bush earlier, right? George W. Bush was born on June 12th. That was it. No, the weeks. Okay, I must have been that 19 weeks after George H.W. Bush's birthday, in which he'd be 99 years old if he was still alive today. The Rangers just got their 99th win of the season. Now let's go to the Houston Astros ALCS record. Does that include tonight? I think it does. I'm pretty sure it does because when I looked at this earlier, it said 18. Astros just lost their 19th ALCS game of all time. 19 weeks after George H.W. Bush's birthday, who would be 99 years old, like the Rangers got their 99th win of the season. I've talked about it a lot. I don't think there's anything else left to talk about. Let me just see if anyone has said anything else in the chat. So the Binghamton Rumble Ponies equals 149. Oh, and also there's been another thing with I've been talking about 32 with Adolis Garcia and the Rangers, but also we just search 32 here. Were the Rangers really have 32 losses against the National League? Wow. How are they that bad? Oh, wait, no, sorry, I'm confused. That's the A's record against the National League. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay. 32. Evan Carter, the young phenom. He's number 32. Where's Mitch Garver? He had a grand slam in the Baltimore series. He's 32 years old right now. So I said at the beginning, I was like, I can't find a 32 with the Rangers. They have three 32s. The reason why I was saying that is because 32, as I've said before, it's a huge Texas number because Texas Independence Day. I should show you here. Texas Independence Day is well, it's also interesting. They joined the Confederate States on March 2nd in history as well. But yeah, here we go. March 2nd, Texas Independence Day. Search 1998 to 99 Dallas Stars season. They won their only Stanley Cup in their 32nd season. So you got 2010 to 11 Dallas Mavericks. And where do I? So this was won on, let me just show you the date here if I can find it. NBA Finals. So that was won on June 12th. So Dirk Nowitzki, born 1978. So 2011 was 33 years later, but that was a week before his birthday. So Dirk won his only championship, or the Mavericks won their only championship when Dirk was 32 years old. And just to show you oh, it's not showing me here, but if you look at the 2010 or sorry 2011 NBA Finals, if you look at Game 6, the Mavericks scored 32 points in the first quarter. If we knew this stuff back then, we would probably know that once that had happened, the Mavericks were going to win the game. But that's beside the point. Another 32, you had the 1998 to 99 San Antonio Spurs. This is their 32nd season as a franchise. That was their first NBA title. Houston Texans. They're the 32nd NFL franchise. And also, what's funny about the World Series matchup, whether it's Rangers Cardinals or Rangers Phillies, what was the last? Was this the last Super Bowl? No. What was the last? I don't know. Was it L? It was that LVIA. Okay. So we had Chiefs Eagles in Arizona. The Kansas City Chiefs used to be the Dallas Texans. And so you had the team that used to be in Dallas versus Philadelphia in Arizona. And now the 3 teams left in MLB. So this was to start off the year. You had this, and then to end the year, you had the 3 teams left are Texas, Arizona, and Philadelphia. And by the way, if the Phillies beat the Cardinals, the Phillies beat the D-backs tomorrow, I think we have a pretty good idea of what the Super Bowl is going to be. I'll just give you a hint. It's right on the screen. Anyways, I've covered a lot of information in this live stream. It's a little bit haphazard, but oh, there is one more thing that I forgot to talk about. Here we go. Let me continue with this one because this right here goes to show not only are games planned 22 years in advance, but these games are probably planned at least 52 years in advance. Day or so. For those of you that watched my, or was it yesterday? I don't know. It was Monday night. I was talking about, and I was digging a bit deeper into the Rangers, and I found this interesting connection with the Cowboys, who's their neighbors in Arlington, their first Super Bowl. So their first Super Bowl championship was Super Bowl VI. All right, and as it says here, first Super Bowl. Super Bowl VI was the NFL's 52nd season. Now that's important because right now, this is the Rangers' 52nd season in Arlington. And Texas Rangers equals 52. And this game here, the Super Bowl VI, that was during the offseason in which the Rangers moved from Washington to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Also, I just want to pause it there because I'm looking at this video and I see what the Wikipedia page is saying about the Washington Senators move to Texas, and everything that they're saying in that last paragraph is pretty on par with what is going on with the A's right now. This is in 1972. See, they left Washington at the end of 71. Here, this was in the winter of 1972. In this game, in Super Bowl VI, there were 27 combined points. And 103 is the 27th prime number. And I discussed this in my stream the other day, that the Rangers need, if they're going to win the World Series this year, they're going to have 103 wins on the season. The quarterback for the Cowboys in this game, Roger Staubach. Here it is. He was born on February 5th, or the 5th of February, which is written 5/2. Again, he's the Super Bowl MVP in the NFL's 52nd season. As I said, the Rangers right now are in their 52nd season. Texas Rangers equals 52. February 5th is also the 36th day of the year. I'll just show you that here. February 5th, 36th day of the year. Texas Rangers is 151, as is Dallas Cowboys is also 151. And 151 is the 36th prime number, connecting with Roger Staubach being born on the 36th day of the year. Now, I said in my live stream the other day that I failed to find... Okay, that's enough. One more thing that I want to talk about. This is the 2010 Giants. I want to talk about this because 2010 San Francisco Giants. That was their first World Series. So they won 92 games in the regular season, and then they won... Well, it's not showing here, but they won 11 games in the postseason. 92 plus 11 is 103. And what's funny, they beat the Phillies. Oh, that I didn't even notice that too. That was on this day 13 years ago that they beat the Phillies to get to the World Series. And the Rangers might be playing the Phillies in the World Series. Obviously, the Giants played the Rangers in that World Series. That was won on... The World Series will start on the same day this year. Will it end on the same day? We'll have to see. But yeah, okay. Anyways, there's one more thing. Let me go back to StatMuse. I'll do San Francisco Giants playoff record from 1958 to 2010. 34. They had 34 wins when they won the World Series. They got their 34th win. And if the Rangers win the World Series, they'll get their 34th win. And I already said that if the Rangers win the World Series, they'll have 103 wins on the season, just like the Giants did that year. Of course, Bruce Bochy was their manager. The series ended 4-1, like Skull and Bones. Yeah, Skull and Bones has been the theme of every sports championship this year here in 2023. And also, just one more thing that I don't think I've mentioned yet. The Rangers is 107, like I've talked about. In the 2010, oh, sorry, not 2010. Let's look at 2011. That was the year that they were supposed to win the World Series, but they blew Game 6 against the Cardinals and then lost in Game 7. Look at this. They went 3 plus 4, that's 7. 7 plus 3, that's 10. 1 plus 2, that's 3. 3 plus 4, that's 7. So they went 10-7, and I'll just show you here. This was the 2011 World Series. That was the 107th World Series. So the Rangers went 10-7 in the year of the 107th World Series, and Rangers equals 107. So if you ever want, if the Rangers fan is ever wondering why they didn't win it, why they blew that lead in the 6th game, wherever it is, yeah, why they blew 2 leads in that Game 6. The script wouldn't let them. It's as simple as that. Okay. I think that's enough. I need to go to sleep. But I might do another stream previewing the World Series when we get there. Depends on how much time I have, but catch you later.